Greetings, everyone. This is Danny from HarTravel.com, your Royal Caribbean experts, and I am super excited to be back. It's been a minute or two since I've seen you all. We've been on the road for the better part of 8 weeks, filming ships in Europe, traveling, training. It's been quite the experience, to say the very least. But today, I get to share with you one of my favorite things ever, and that is a brand new ship launch. Now, I have fallen in love with the Oasis class of ships a long time ago. My family and I absolutely love those experiences. And well, we've got one more here with Utopia of the Seas. So this is the 6th, and it looks to be final edition of the Oasis class of ships. They've been a massive hit for Royal Caribbean. I'll talk about that in a second. We're going to do a deep dive into the brand new portions that you're going to see on board, all the new things, the restaurants, the bars, the accommodations as well, a brand new Star Class suite that I'm really excited about. But before we do, make sure that when you're ready to book this, you reach out now. So this space should be going live here in the next couple days. What we want you to do is go down below, click on the link. You can also email info@hartravel.com. Get on the deployment list because the space is going to go insanely fast. These are 3 and 4 night cruises, which means they're putting out quite a bit of inventory. But we all know that there are less suites on the new Oasis class ships than on the previous iterations. Those top suites are going to go exceptionally fast. So once again, right down below, click on the link, the contact us link, or email info@hartravel.com. We'll be getting ready to grab that space as soon as it goes live. All right, so let's first start talking a little bit about Oasis, right? Oasis class. When I say that, what does it mean? So this will be the 6th of the Oasis class ships. They're really been built in 2s. So the very first one, Oasis of the Seas, revolutionized the entire cruise industry. It was the first ever with a central park, with a boardwalk, with an aqua theater. So many firsts on board, the biggest ship ever built. And then Allure came the next year, little bit bigger, very, very similar. And then we had a gap in time. Now, during that gap is when the whole Royal Suite class concept started, because when Oasis and Allure were launched, they didn't really have a true suite class. So you had suites, you had amenities, but when they launched that concept with Star Class, Sky Class, and Sea Class, it really changed everything. Once again, not just for Royal Caribbean, but for the entire industry. And in fact, I think the industry has been trying to play catch up for quite some time there. So a few years later, you got Harmony of the Seas. She was launched in 2016, I believe. And then a year later, we got Symphony of the Seas. And both incredible ships. They're really, quite fantastic. Maybe it was a couple years after. I'd have to look at the double check the dates on there. But Symphony and Harmony are very similar. We saw new evolutions of concepts there. And then we got Wonder of the Seas. So Wonder was originally meant to go to China. She was built specifically for the Chinese market, but she has been a massive hit in the American market. They shifted about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now, decided to launch her in the US. She has been one of the highest rated ships Royal Caribbean has ever seen. Our guests love the ship. And what you're going to find with Utopia is there's a lot of similarities with Wonder. The things that we really liked, the width of the ship. So where you're going to find a lot of that extra space from Symphony to Wonder and to Utopia is how wide the ship is. What this is going to allow them to do is really allow you to move around. You see this a lot in the promenade. It just felt infinitely more spacious to me. I love that the solarium is climate controlled. It's perfect for all types of different weather. And of course, the launch of Royal Caribbean's first suite neighborhood. So we'll see that again here. Excuse me. We'll see that again here with Utopia of the Seas. Got the coffee because it's a morning stream here in Southern California. In fact, we actually have really nice weather outside. It's been a few minutes. It feels like a few months since we've had that. So anyways, when you're ready to book, click on the link down below. Of course, do us a huge favor, hit subscribe and like. And now I'm going to dig deeper into this concept. So Utopia of the Seas, what is different? I think the biggest difference, the most glaring difference, is not necessarily on the ship itself, but it's the fact that she's going to be launching with 3 and 4 night cruises. What that means is that she's not going to go very far. This is a positive for a lot of people because maybe you're not quite ready to jump into a 7-day cruise. Maybe you can just only get away for 3 or 4 days at this point of life, whatever is going on. This is going to give you that opportunity to take a short cruise, maybe that ultimate weekend getaway, the boys' weekend, the girls' weekend, friends gatherings, whatever it is that you're looking to do, or that 4-day cruise. And every single cruise is going to stop at Perfect Day at CocoCay. Now, this makes so much sense for Royal Caribbean. Their earnings report let us all know how profitable Perfect Day has been. And that's because it is by far the highest guest satisfaction of any stop that they make around the world. Keep this in mind, right? Royal Caribbean goes to Rome, goes to Athens, goes all over Alaska, Asia. The #1 rated stop each and every single year over the last couple of years has been Perfect Day. So what you can also do is, of course, book this product as a back-to-back cruise. Maybe you take the 3-day and the 4-day, or the 4-day and the 3-day, or if you want to go crazy, 3-4-3 or 4-3-4, however you want to combine it. And then you're going to get multiple stops at Perfect Day. It also looks like they're going to stop in Nassau, which means you'll be able to take advantage of the brand new Nassau Beach Club. So you'll have those private island experiences that have been so highly rated time and time again by Royal Caribbean guests accessible to you. Now, of course, you're not going to need to get off the ship. There's so many things going on, and I absolutely love that concept. So once again, 3- and 4-night cruises. As far as I'm aware, this is the first Royal Caribbean ship, at least in several decades, that has launched as a brand new world-class ship in the 3- and 4-day market. And what Royal wants to do is they want to put their very best out there so that when you try it for the first time, you're going to fall deeply in love and want to book a 7-day cruise, a 14-day cruise, whatever those options are. So once again, 3- and 4-day cruises. So now let's talk a little bit about the overview of Utopia of the Seas herself. So I think Taylor's going to put up some images here for me. We'll slide a few through as we go over the next bit. And the idea really is to kind of explain the ship and dig in quite a bit deeper. So what you see right now is that image from the top. What I can see clearly right in the middle there is the Central Park. So there's a bridge that goes over in the middle. It's a little bit of a different design from the earlier Oasis class ships, but you see that there's a bridge that goes over, that's always been there, that basically encompasses the Central Park. So you can see the rising tide bar. That's the bar that's going to go between Central Park and down to the promenade. That's the oval there. You'll see pools on either side on the pool deck. So once again, a similar concept for those of you who know Royal really well. And then as I start to, starting forward, I can see that you have the view bar, once again, hanging off the side of the ship. You've got the cantilevered hot tub on the other side. You're going to have the beach pool. So that's going to be a shallow entry pool. It's pretty large in size. And then you've got Central Park down below. And on the other side, you'll find Splashaway Bay. This is a huge hit for my kids. My daughter's 7.5. My little guy's almost 1 year old at this point. So they're going to love Splashaway Bay where they can be kids. And I love that they have the spaces separated out because you're also going to have the other 2 pools there. You've got the main, the main pool where the water slides are going to head into on the other side. So you've got the sports pool and then the main pool where you can relax a little bit more. Now, what you can't see right here is the solarium. So if we're to slide forward just a bit, you're going to find that the solarium there, and I see Taylor switch up the image, is climate controlled, and it's also massive. This is the adults only area. Well, to be truthful, it's 16 and up. But the idea behind it is you've got places for kids to be kids. You can see on the back of the ship, you've got the Flow Rider Surf Simulator, a complimentary feature. The Sport Court, another complimentary feature. The Playscape, miniature golf. You're going to have all of that where you can have a ton of fun in the back. And also you'll have the Ultimate Abyss slide. So the Ultimate Abyss is the longest dry slide on any ship in the world. And it's quite a bit longer than what you're going to find on the previous versions of the ships. And then in the back there, you can also see the Aqua Theater. So the Aqua Theater is what really makes, to me, an Oasis class ship. So it's Boardwalk, which is connected to the Aqua Theater, Central Park, and of course the Aqua Theater itself. And what you'll also see on the sides there is they have those Aqua Theater suites once again. in what we do, these are the most popular selling suites that we sell across the entire industry. And I know that those are going to go quick because having Star Class on a 3 and 4 day ship, it's going to really open up the ability for different groups of people to buy into Star Class and fall in love with that. Now, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But once again, all kinds of top deck fun from that image. You could also see the sweet sun deck up there. And then we've got another image later at night. But all kinds of fun on the top deck of Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. And virtually everything that you see there is a complimentary or included feature. This is something that does set Royal Caribbean apart. There's a zip line as well. I don't think I mentioned that yet. Tons to do. And then right up above, you can actually see the 2 decks of the suite sun deck there. So you're going to have Coastal Kitchen Restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you're in a full suite. You're also going to have the suite lounge, and then, of course, the suite sun deck with pool and hot tub. All right, so what should we dig into next there? What images do we have up? Well, this is perfect, actually. Perfect Day at CocoCay. So I talked about this already. You can check out our full tour of Perfect Day at CocoCay if you are interested. But it's Royal Caribbean's private island experience. What you can't see on here quite yet is Hideaway Bay, which is the large adults-only area that they're currently building at CocoCay. Taylor's circling that area of where it's going to be. Of course, you have Captain Jack's. You've got the highest water slide in North America, the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. You've got Chill Island, Thrill Island, Cocoa Beach Club. You have upgraded options. You also have phenomenal complimentary options. And I think the best food of all the cruise line private island experiences. Those bomb diggity chicken sandwiches, Anyway, I'm ready for one as we speak right about now. But I think I got to wait till we finish this stream here. All right, so every single cruise stops at Perfect Day at CocoCay. If you combine it, you're going to get 2 stops. Now, I want to say this one more time because I was on the very first cruise out of North America, and then we hopped up and we did a Bahamas cruise on the Adventure of the Seas. And what was so great about that is that we had 2 stops. You almost never see a cruise with 2 stops at Perfect Day at CocoCay, and we had it and we loved it. Royal Caribbean has taken the feedback of their guests. They've doubled down. So once again, if you book that 7-day cruise, the 3-night backed up with the 4-night, you can stay in the same room. It's a really seamless experience, but you're going to get 2 stops at Perfect Day, most likely 2 stops at the Nassau Beach Club. You can get 4 private island experiences in 1 week. All right, so let's hop back onto the ship, look at a few of the images. Once again, this is looking at the pool deck. You see the lime and coconut. Lime and Coconut is the multi-story bar. It's been a huge, huge, huge hit for Royal Caribbean. I think the Navigator of the Seas was the first one to get the Lime and Coconut. I love the bright colors, of course, the delicious drinks. It makes it a lot of fun. It's also very engaging. You can see the new architectural features similar to Wonder as well. They've got the stadium-style seating. You've got the seats that are in the water, so you can sit in the loungers in the water, dip your toes, relax, and there's multiple pools. Once again, you've got adults only areas, you've got kids splash pad areas, they're separated apart, so every single member of the family can have a perfect time. And I know, traveling with my family, every single time every member of the family is having a good time, you know it's going to be a great vacation. All right, this is a brand new concept. They have a ice cream truck on Navigator and some of the other ones, but bringing this food truck style experience, so you'll have grab and go quick bites. It's meant to be kind of a grill experience. This is going to be on the main pool deck. You can actually see one of the cabanas up above. It looks like they're bringing the cabanas back as well. Those have been a big hit on Odyssey, on Wonder, and all the ships that they've put that out on. Right? So let's talk a little bit about food. You know, cruising, food, that's where I fell in love. I love to tell the story of going on my very first Royal Caribbean cruise on the well, at that point, she was the Nordic Empress. Then she later became the Empress of the Seas. And we traveled a fair bit when I was a kid. Never ordered room service. That just was not something that my parents were ever going to pay for in any world whatsoever. And we're on the ship. They went to dinner. My brother and I stayed back. They came home, and there was about 20 different entrees that were sitting outside the room. We had gone to town. We ate so much food. We loved it. And we got back, and my mom was about ready to end us, if you know what I mean. And I explained to her, no, I promise you, I called. This is a complimentary feature. And that's when I fell in love with cruising. Unlimited, delicious food. So let's talk a little bit about the dining options. You guys all know that my favorite place to dine on Royal Caribbean is Izumi, and I love that they have doubled down. In fact, when we look at the deck plans here, it looks like they've tripled down on Izumi. They have moved Izumi to Central Park, just like shall be on Icon of the Seas. If you're familiar with Wonder or any of the previous ships, they've taken the space that was the Italian restaurant, whether it's Jamie's or Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. They've also taken the space that was the large wine bar. They've combined it all together into a large Izumi sushi and hibachi experience. And on top of it, they've added Izumi in the park, which is a walk-up window. So you can walk up, you can get your favorite sushi rolls, head out, dine just outside, or head out into Central Park, listen to the music, sit underneath the trellises, enjoy the plants. I love food. I love Izumi. I love this brand new location. So once again, Izumi in the Park is a brand new space, and it's meant to be the largest Izumi in the fleet. Sounds like it's going to be even larger than Icon. Now, you guys know that the most important part of any cruise ship is not the engine, it's not the captain, it is the soft serve ice cream machines. I love them. You love them. Once again, they've doubled down, and they've actually added Sprinkles to Sprinkles. I never understood quite why it was named that when there wasn't any Sprinkles right next to it, but they've added a topping bar, and it looks like they've made the space bigger with more machines because well, that's always the most popular spot on the pool deck on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Okay, now speaking of brand new concepts, you know, immersive dining is something that is really coming strong to the cruise industry. Princess has some really cool options on their brand new ships. We're seeing that there's going to be something on Icon of the Seas. Royal hasn't completed this concept or the full announcement of it, but there's going to be an immersive restaurant. Once again, those of you familiar with the deck plans, this is down where Izumi was on the previous Oasis Class ships. And the idea is you're going to enter on a train journey, one of those classic journey through the Gilded Ages of trains when they were the main transport. In fact, I remember going to Paris, the Gare du Nord, you know, walking in there, the grandness of the train station, getting on that train. That was a huge experience back in the day, and even today as well. So you'll head on in, you'll go to the bar, grab a drink. This is going to be the train platform. Then you'll be seated. And once you're seated, you're going to start an immersive journey that's going to be a culinary and travel related experience. So they're going to pair up foods based on where you're visiting. Of course, you're going to have screens. It's going to be a virtual reality style experience where as you travel and the screens go, you're going to have different dining options as well. In my mind, I'm kind of picturing this a little bit like Diagon Alley at Universal Studios, but I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I know it's going to be an awesome, brand new dining concept on board. Okay. So it's a great place to gather with friends, have delicious drinks. Of course, I'll have more than my fair share. And of course, on a 3 and 4 day cruise, that beverage package might be a little bit more affordable. Now, I love a tiki bar. Let me say that again. I love a tiki bar. I really enjoyed when they put the bamboo room on. And what you're going to find here is the Pesky Parrot. So this is in the space that was previously on the Wonder occupied by the Bionic Bar. It's a tiki bar experience. I haven't seen yet whether they're going to have light bites of food like they had in the bamboo room. I certainly hope that they do because they're absolutely delicious. But it's that classic tiki bar experience. And at sea, I can't think of a better concept for them to double down on.
Are they going to sing the Tiki Room song?
I don't think they're going to sing the Tiki Room song because I'm relatively sure that that's trademarked by Disney. So yeah, no, I'm not sure that they're going to talk about the Tiki Room. All right, let's talk a little bit about some brand new accommodations or updates, if you will. So this is the deck of the Royal Loft Suite. One of the things that our guests loved on Wonder, and I know will love on Icon of the Seas, is the extreme privateness of the Royal Loft Suite. Now, you'll also see that large white wall back there. For the first time, you can actually adjoin it to a Crown Loft Suite. You weren't able to do that on the Wonder. So it'll have an interior connector and an exterior connector to the Crown Loft Suite next door, and a brand new outdoor shower. That's going to be out on the deck. Now, a big update or upgrade, if you will, to the Royal Loft Suite bathroom is now you're going to have a large soaking tub in addition to that waterfall shower. So large, huge suite, right? Of course, the Royal Loft Suite is that top suite on the ship. Okay. A brand new suite concept. Now, It's kind of similar. Well, it's very similar to what you're going to find on the Ultimate Panoramic Suite for the Oasis of the Seas. But personally, I really like the design. So one of the things that was a bit of a complaint about Wonder is that there aren't enough Star Class suites for our guests. Our guests love Star Class. They wanted more. They've added 2 more Star Class suites here. These sit on the bridge wings. So these are going to be very similar to the Ultimate Panoramic Suites. They're called the Solarium Suites because, well, they're right next door to the solarium. And what they've done is they've now angled it. So you're going to have the bedroom facing out at an angle. That's going to give a lot of privacy there. And then you have a massive living room that has those incredible wraparound 180-degree views. In fact, if you take the bedroom, they're calling them 270-degree views. You've got a stunning bathroom. You've got a beautiful bedroom. This can hold up to 4. There's 2 of them, of course, one on the starboard, one on the port. These are Star Class suites. Now, those of you who aren't familiar with a Royal Suite class of ship, so Oasis of the Seas and Oasis Class, the Quantum of the Seas and Quantum Class, along with Icon Class, are all suite class ships. That means that they have coastal kitchen restaurant. If you book one of the Sky Junior suites, a Grand Suite, an Owner Suite, Crown Loft Suite, any of those Aqua Theater suites, you're going to get access to Coastal Kitchen for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. There's the beautiful image of the bathroom on the Solarium Suite. There's an incredible image of the living room. I can't wait for that. In fact, that may be the one that I book. We're coming up here. We're going to definitely book on the launch, and I'll talk about that coming up over the next day or two here, how you can also book on the launch of Utopia of the Seas. But with Royal Caribbean Suite class of ships, that means that those who are booked in a full suite are going to have a suite lounge with dedicated concierge team. You're going to have Coastal Kitchen restaurant, an upgraded experience for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. You're also going to have that suite sun deck where you can sit out on the loungers. You can enjoy the bar. So you have a bar in the suite lounge. You'll also have a bar on the suite sun deck. Lots of areas to spread out and in a very upgraded way, if you will. Now, if you go all the way up to Star Class, that's going to be the Royal Loft Suite. That holds up to 6. The Ultimate Family Suite holds up to 10, and it is killer. Keep in mind, guys, you can watch our tours of the Royal Loft Suite and the Ultimate Family Suite on our channel for the Wonder of the Seas. It's going to be, I'm going to say 95% the same. You'll also have those 2-bedroom Aqua Theater suites, the spacious ones on deck 8, and then you'll have the regular 2-bedroom Aqua Theaters on deck 9 and 10. Those are all Star Class. So that means you're going to get unlimited beverages. You're going to get unlimited specialty restaurant experiences. Everybody in the room is going to get a complimentary Voom internet login. You'll have prepaid gratuities, but most of all, you're going to have the Royal Genie. Now, there's nothing like the Royal Genie in the entire cruise, industry. It's kind of a butler, a coordinator, a concierge, all of these things wrapped into one. For example, on my last cruise on Symphony of the Seas, one of our favorite things is they had an elevator key. So when we hopped in there, they could take us expressly all the way up or down to get off the ship, take you right up to dinner. They're going to escort you to the meals. They're going to take you to the shows where you're going to have reserved seating. Basically, everything that you dreamed of that you could actually do on a cruise ship, especially on an incredible ship like Utopia, the Genie is going to be the key that unlocks the entire experience for you. Now, keep in mind, they have a wide variety of Sky Class suites. I mentioned that already. That's going to be the Sky Junior Suite, the Grand Suite, the Owner Suite, the Crown Loft Suite. You're also going to get Coastal Kitchen for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, complimentary internet login, and you're going to get incredible access, reserved seating at the shows. It's not the same as Star Class. Of course, your Heart Travel advisor can explain the differences. That's what we're here for after all. Our job is to demystify, to dig deep, to really understand what you're looking for and connect you with that. In fact, I was told by Royal Caribbean that I was the largest booker of Star Class over the last 1.5 years, 2 years, which was a huge compliment. And our guests love the fact that they get everything taken care of. We communicate daily with the genies. We love that experience because we know you're going to have a great experience. Same thing with Sky Class. Also with C Class, that means with the junior suites, you get a little bit of extra space there, which is wonderful. You're also going to get access to Coastal Kitchen for dinner. You can generally get in there most nights. It's not guaranteed every night, but it's a great upgrade. So you'll have wonderful accommodations to choose from. We're going to dig deep into them. Now, once again, we don't have the Solarium Suite yet because that doesn't exist. But if you want to see just about every other room and suite option on Utopia before you're ready to book in the next 36 to 48 hours when it launches, make sure that you go on, check out our Wonder of the Seas playlist. You can see the full ship tour. Once again, the ships are very similar. You can see the different room accommodations. We got them all there, so you can dig in deep. All right, so once again, this is the living room of the Solarium Suite.
Did you not notice what that living room has?
A dining room? Oh, the infinite. Yeah, sorry. I should have mentioned that. Taylor was pointing it out to me. He can kind of circle it with the cursor there. So one thing that's brand new, because the Ultimate Panoramic Suite didn't have it for sure, is the infinite veranda concept. So we're seeing a lot of infinite verandas on Icon. Don't see much of that here on Utopia, which is totally fine for me. I think there's a perfect fit for everyone. But you do have the ability to get that fresh air in. And that's a really wonderful upgrade. There's not a true balcony, but I personally love this. For my family, this is pure perfection. My kiddos can sleep in the living room there. My wife and I can have the bedroom. We've got a great bathroom option as well. All right, so let's see what's up next. This is a brand new style of interior. That is one new concept that they have on Utopia, maximum double occupancy. So the three new accommodations would be this square-shaped interior cabin, the Sky Junior Suite, which is really just a junior suite with full suite class amenities, and then the Solarium Suite. So those are the brand new accommodation types that are going to be very different from Wonder of the Seas. All right, so we've given some updates and different things. So what I want to do is I want to actually dig deep into the full ship. And what Taylor's going to do is we're going to walk through. We're going to start at the very top of the ship, and we're going to walk through the Utopia of the Seas using the deck plans. This is a great way for you to get a visual concept of it. So we're going to start all the way up at the top, and then we're going to walk our way to the bottom, just like we do on our ship tours. Now, we've already talked to Royal. We're going to get on this ship early, just like Icon. We're going to film the actual ship as soon as she's released. But this is a great way to tide us over here as we dig in. All right, so let's look at the deck plans now, and let's actually, you can scroll a little center, just a little bit or a little more. There we go. Perfect. Because the bottom left is covered up. So if you scroll it to the right, that would be great. Nope, start at the top, all the way to the top. Yeah. But you got to scroll it over to the right because it's covered by me in the corner there. Oh. So just pull up a little bit. I actually can't. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm sorry. Okay, so let's talk about the crown of the ship. So you just go down a tiny bit. So on the crown of the ship, other way, sorry, up, I guess it would be. So on the crown of the ship is where you're going to find the suites. You just go down just a tiny bit, Taylor. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So the first thing that you're going to see here is that the purple one. That is the Royal Loft Suite. And opposite side is the Ultimate Family Suite. So these are the two largest suites on the ship by far. And you're going to see that they have side-facing balconies. And they don't overlook the pool. They kind of do overlook the pool, but the way they've created the privacy is you have a very private side deck. Those little gray suites on either side, those are going to be the Crown Loft Suites. There's a lot less Crown Loft Suites on here than you're going to find on the first 4 Oasis Class ships. So they're going to go a lot quicker and sell rapidly. Those are Sky Class, whereas the Royal Loft Suite, the Ultimate Family Suite are Star Class. Right behind those, or aft, you're going to find the Owner's Suites. So one of the unique things here is almost all the suites are concentrated in the Crown itself. So just behind, you see the Suite Sun Deck. So that's going to be up there on deck 18. You've got the bar, you've got the hot tub, you've got the loungers. This neighborhood is only accessible to those who've booked a Sky Junior Suite or above and have the key card access. So if you go down one floor, all of those red suites, those are going to be the Grand Suites. So they're bigger than what you're going to find on previous iterations. I think that they're a great setup. You can once again see those on our Wonder of the Seas videos. And then you're going to have Coastal Kitchen in the Suite Lounge. So a really unique feature. Everything there is all concentrated in one area. So if you're staying in one of the Grand Suites, of course, you just walk out, have your breakfast each day at Coastal Kitchen, maybe dinner as well. And between those two floors, you have almost all of the concentrated suite amenities. Now, the other thing that you're going to see on this deck, if you will, is the perfect storm of water slides. So that's going to be scrolling the other way there. You can see the perfect storm. And then you'll see also the solarium. So to the side, you see you've got the Social 100 patio. This is a really cool area that they have dedicated to teenagers, right? It's hard to keep teenagers happy. I was a middle school teacher for a long time. I know that. But by having this awesome outdoor space for teens on one side, you're also going to have a sun deck on the other side. Now, on previous iterations of the Oasis class, this was an area just for suite guests. So I love that they've opened it up so that other passengers can enjoy. And then you have the brand new suite deck concept. So now we're going to start at the front. You'll see hooked seafood there. Delicious. I was in Star Class on the Symphony of the Seas just a few months ago with my family. And I had eaten its hooked a couple times. But, of course, when you get unlimited access, you open it up a little bit more. I think every single day for lunch, I had oysters. They were stunningly delicious. I love the messy fish sandwich. I love the what is it? The main lobster tail is phenomenal. The crab cakes. I can go on and on and on. It's absolutely delicious. So this is one of the specialty restaurants on board. You have a ton of complimentary choices that can be had, but this is really meant to be kind of a New England seafood style restaurant. And I love the location where it's up above, looking down below on the Solarium Bistro. So I'll kind of go back and forth there on these two decks. Taylor circling the Solarium Bistro. This is a complimentary option for breakfast and lunch. It's a buffet style. It usually is serving pretty much the same food as the Windjammer buffet. It's a great place to go, especially on boarding day, because a lot of people don't find it until later on. And then in the evening, it's a complimentary, specialty-ish restaurant that serves a delicious Mediterranean style food. So if you look at the solarium itself, you've got the bistro, you've got the bar, you've got a couple whirlpools there. And then as we start to go aft, you've got the lime and coconut bar on multiple stories, as you can see. And then you're also going to have the, the slides. So those are the perfect storm of water slides. There's 3 different slides. They've been a huge hit. They're doubling down on those once again there. And then as we start to go aft on the ship, you're going to find the pool deck. So these are the pools that we looked over. On one side, you've got Splashaway Bay. So that is an update. Splashaway Bay is not there on Wonder, right, Taylor? Isn't Splashaway Bay back on the other side? Or is it? It's there? Okay. So maybe it's just Wonder and Utopia. So you've got Splashaway Bay and the beach pool. These are going to be very active pools. The lime and coconut bar is that multi-story bar in the middle there. And then you're going to have 2 more pools, the sport pool, and then lots of seating areas to really spread out and dig in. And then keep in mind, you're also going to have that new food truck right there on the main pool deck.
I may be wrong, but is this the first time the lime and coconut is faced in? Because on Wonder, I think that's where the soft serve was. It was in between the bridge.
I'm not 100% sure on the updates for the design of lime and coconut. I'm going to have to look at it because on the Wonder, they had that seating area there where you could watch the movies on the big screen. But I don't see that on this one. So, when we get on board, we'll have to triple check the updates to that. Okay, so up one deck on deck 16. As we go back, you're going to see Social 100. That's the teen club. Same spot as Wonder. It's an awesome, awesome teen club. The opposite side, you're going to have the arcade. And then as we start to head a little bit further aft, you have El Loco Fresh, and you also have Cantina Fresca. So I love that you've got fast, casual Mexican food, grab-and-go burritos, tacos, quesadillas. They've got a large salsa bar that's delicious there as well, and then a full bar experience. And then all the back deck fun. So you have the sport court where I can go and miss all my basketball shots. You've got the miniature golf, so I can get bogeys, quadruple bogeys, and things along those lines. The enhanced playscape, that's the kiddos area where they can climb, kind of like a big jungle gym. You've got the Ultimate Abyss, that's the dry slide that goes down 10 stories. You'll also find the Flow Rider Surf Simulator. I know that's Taylor's favorite back there, do a little bit of surfing. So lots of top deck fun that's complimentary. You'll see the playscape is 2 stories high, so it's going to go up and down on deck 15 and 16. And then down on deck 15, you're also going to see the Windjammer. Now, the Windjammer is much larger than anything else in the fleet, just like you're going to find on Wonder. I found that made a huge difference. And then right forward of the Windjammer, you'll see in the same spot is the Mason Jar. The Mason Jar is a Southern comfort food concept that has been a huge hit for Royal Caribbean. What I really love is they've got a bar. They also have a stage in there. So in the afternoon and evening, they'll have live country music. They have a delicious brunch and dinner. That's the restaurant you're going to want to book first because it will be gone nearly immediately. Okay. So now we've basically covered the main top decks.
One thing I just want to point out.
Yep.
are right next to Adventure Ocean, and they're also right next to the Solarium. So, and it doesn't have a balcony. So if you have kids that you don't want a balcony.
Yeah. So if you step down a deck, you see those green wings. Those are the solarium suites. So one of the nice things, it's pretty close. It looks like it's very, protected from noise and such, but it's very close to the solarium pool there. So for adults, it's a great access to that. You're just around the corner from the Adventure Ocean. So that's the kids club on board. It's massive. It's wonderful. I know your kids are going to love it. I loved it 30 plus years ago. When I started going, my daughter goes back time and time again. But what's really nice is for a family like mine with younger kids, you don't have the balcony. So, that may be a big positive for anybody traveling with younger kiddos. You're close to the adults area. You're close to the kids area. Seems like the perfect world. And of course, having the Genie, you can have every single meal in your suite. You can have all the deliciousness that is the specialty restaurants and the main dining restaurants. Okay. So as we look next, what we're going to run into now are the main passenger decks. So concentrated around the aft elevator bank, those purple rooms, those are going to be the junior suites. So there's quite a few of those junior suite options. What you've seen is Royals doubled down on the junior suites compared to previous iterations. You've got a ton of ocean view balconies, an enormous amount. And then you're also going to have Central Park view balconies and Boardwalk balconies. So the Boardwalk balconies are towards the aft. The Central Park view balconies are towards the middle. You can kind of see those in a brown or tannish color. The darker color is Central Park, and then the lighter color is aft in the Boardwalk. Now, I did want to point out something here that if you can zoom in just a tiny bit, Taylor, is Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. Now, I talked about dining earlier on. Those of you who are familiar with this class of ship are immediately going to look and say, that's where Wonderland used to be. I don't see Wonderland on this ship. I understand why, to be honest with you. It's a wonderful concept. Our guests love it, but it's not a concept that Royal can turn over as quick. And so with an Italian restaurant, they're going to be able to accommodate more guests. So one brand new feature here is that you have Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. It's 2 stories, and it also has an outdoor alfresco dining deck. So Giovanni's is a newer concept. They've had Giovanni's Table for a long time, but Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar, it's a brand new concept. It has a pizza oven. That's something different than the previous Giovanni's. They have unbelievable pizzas. They also had some delicious, what was it? It was banana and Nutella. My brain's not working. Calzone for dessert. That's stunningly phenomenal. Handmade pasta dishes. The only thing that I'm going to warn you about this is we were on board. We had the Genie. My daughter wanted fresh pasta every single night. So guess what she got? Fresh pasta every single night. Then we came home. I pulled out the Barilla pasta, put it in there. She's eaten it 1,000 times. And she said, Dad, this isn't the same. I'm like, well, no, because I didn't spend an hour making handmade pasta for you tonight. I went to work all day, my daughter. But that's the point of vacation, right? Get spoiled. I know you're going to get spoiled at this incredible menu, whether it's the charcuterie, the delicious pasta dishes, all the wonderful gnocchi, the risottos, just absolutely phenomenal menu. And it's a large restaurant. It's 2 stories. And I know it's going to be a massive, massive hit for Royal Caribbean.
On a small note, I found 3 of them.
Go here.
3 of the square.
Okay. Taylor was just pointing out some of those brand new interior staterooms there. So the other thing that you might notice actually is that there's less interior staterooms than you might find on some of the previous Oasis class ships, which I actually kind of like. If you look at it, there's a lot towards the front, but there's not nearly as many as you might find on some of the first iterations of Oasis. So as we start to head down further on the ship, we're also going to find more of our favorites. We love the music hall. Those of you who love to rock, they bring on incredible cover bands, rock cover bands. Our favorite is Phoenix, of course. I have a feeling that they're going to be on board the inaugural, which, we will be as well. So this is a 2-story rock hall concept where you've got multiple bars. You've got great places to hang out, relax. It's also a great private venue space. We've even used it for weddings before, believe it or not. Okay. Now, one of Royal's signatures on the Oasis class is Central Park. And as we start to go forward, you're going to see Chops Grill. That's an all-time Royal Caribbean favorite. She's right where you would expect her to be. She is on all the Oasis class. Opposite is 150 Central Park. This is another specialty concept, more of a farm to table, very focused on freshness. They have absolutely delicious items from the land and the sea, and of course, all of the delicious garden. And then as we head further forward, you've got Park Cafe. This is a grab and go casual concept. I love, they have a Greek wrap that's one of my all-time favorites. Soups, salads, paninis, and sandwiches to go. And then you'll see how massive Izumi is. They've combined previously what used to be the wine bar and the large Italian restaurant. You'll have indoor seating, outdoor seating, the walk up. Ooh. Can I go now? I'm ready. I'm ready to zoom over to Izumi. I may need to book the Navigator of the Seas for this weekend just to get some Izumi. Whew, I'm craving it. I'm ready to go. Okay, so anyways, Izumi on Central Park. I think it's genius. I love this concept. Just to point out a few other room types, as Taylor's got those there, you do have some ocean view staterooms that wrap around the front, some forward-facing ocean views, some side-facing ocean views. You have the ultra-spacious ocean views as well. Lots of different room concepts. I want to say there's something like 28 to 30 room categories. Once again, you can hop over to our Wonder of the Seas playlist and see them all there. All right, so we were on deck. Actually, let's go back to the front there, if you don't mind, Taylor. And we'll look at the fitness center. So as we head down further, you've got the fitness center. You're also going to find the Vitality bar or spa and the Vitality bar. Well, juice bar. Can't talk good. There we go. So the Vitality juice bar, a delicious option. Another thing I really appreciated when you get the ultimate beverage package, or of course, if you get the Star Class, is you get unlimited fresh juices. So you've got the spa. It's 2 stories. You're going to get all your massages, your facials. They on the previous ships, they've actually added IV therapy where maybe you had a few drinks, or you just want to get recharged. You can have some IVs and bring that hydration right on back to you. They also have the full salon. You can get a new hairstyle, get a shave. I did that when I was on last time. I did the ultimate shaving experience. It was actually really cool there. So wonderful, wonderful spa experiences and a massive fitness center. It's actually linked together with the jogging track. And one of the things I love is this is a true dedicated jogging track and running track. So it's down on the bottom part of the ship. You don't find that very often, but there's really nothing else out there. So you don't have to worry about, deck chairs and things. Okay. Now, as we go back on the promenade, the upper area of the promenade, Taylor has the schooner bar highlighted right there. So, of course, the wonderful schooner bar, you walk in, you get that kind of smell of the wood of the ship. You see the piano, it's going to be awesome for sing-along as well. Those bright blue ones, the Sky Junior Suites, Taylor, you think that?
I think so. That's a color I haven't seen before.
And they said there were 8 of them, so that makes perfect sense. Oh, there you go. Just spilled my coffee. That's awesome.
4 of them are 5+.
Awesome. You can grab me a roll of the paper towel roll. There, sorry. Spilled my coffee all over the floor. That's the kind of morning. It's all good. So let's talk a little bit more about this here. Schooner bar, once again, it's that classic piano bar. I know you're going to love it. Singing along to your favorite tunes. There's got to be some Billy Joel happening. There's got to be some wonderful music. Well, anyways, I'll talk more about my favorites here. Thank you, sir. All right. It's all right. I made a big mess. Yep. Drop the coffee all over the floor. Just getting it off the floor. I can get the rest later. No problem whatsoever. All right, here. Okay, so, all right. Coffee's off the floor. Now I can talk a little bit more about Utopia. So you've got the loyalty desk. Those of you who are past passengers, you can go there, learn about the different amenities, benefits, all those things that you get there. You're also going to find up above the photo gallery. So very, very similar to what you found on the previous iterations of the ship. And then down on the Royal Promenade itself, you'll have the Starbucks kiosk. Once again, huge hit. People love Starbucks. You're seeing that expanded throughout the industry. In fact, NCL has them on all their ships now. You've got Spotlight Karaoke. So they have private rooms. They also have the big karaoke lounge area. So if you love to sing karaoke, you're going to absolutely love this concept. In fact, if you watch our Oasis of the Seas video, you can listen to me absolutely. Thank you, sir. Absolutely destroying everybody's eardrums there. There you go. Clean the rest of that up later. So once again, Spotlight Karaoke. It's a blast. Grab a drink because you might need a little bit of liquid courage before you get up in front of all your family, friends, and new friends that you didn't know you had yet. They're going to cheer you on. It's going to be a blast. In fact, I used to be a bartender at a bowling alley bar. Twice a week, we had karaoke night. I loved it. It was always my favorite. Then directly across, you have Boleros, which is the Italian-themed bar nightclub. We all know I say Italian themed, Latin themed nightclub. You all know that dancing to some salsa, some flamenco, getting after it to some Latin tunes, you're going to have an absolute blast. You've got a ton of retail. You can take advantage of those duty-free prices. You've got the Bell and Barley. So this is that pub style experience that is so classic from Royal Caribbean that you're going to find on all their ships. You've got Sorrento's Pizza and antipasto starting later in the morning, running into very, very, very early in the morning. Delicious pizza options there, complimentary. You also have the Cafe Promenade, another complimentary option. They've got grab and go. In the morning, they're going to have different pastries and muffins, fruit throughout the day. You're going to have sandwiches. Once again, just grab and go fast casual options. And then you're also going to see the Rising Tide bar there. That's the bar that actually travels between the Promenade and Central Park. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to is Pesky Parrot. So the Pesky Parrot is that tiki bar. You'll see that's the area that was occupied previously by a champagne bar or by the Bionic bar there. So that's that tiki room. Okay. Now, if you could just scroll back a little bit on Boardwalk, Taylor, you're going to see once again, you've got the carousel there. You've got the massive Playmaker sports bar and arcade. I love that they have the owner's box, so you can actually rent that out if you want it for the big game or just a private get-together for friends. They have delicious wings. They've got that wonderful onion ring tower. Really, really super delicious. You can get a giant ice cream sundae served in a little baseball helmet. My daughter had a few dozen of those. Once again, a great star class inclusion. We would go there every single night and end our night there. And then you've got Sugar Beach. You can get some delicious candy options and a classic Johnny Rockets. So Johnny Rockets is that 1950s style diner where you can get great burgers. That is a specialty restaurant in the afternoon and evening. But one little Oasis Class tip, for breakfast, it's a delicious option and it is complimentary. And then right behind that's where you're going to find where the Ultimate Abyss lands, goes from deck 18 down to deck 8. And then you've got the Aqua Theater. Let's talk a little bit about entertainment. Royal Caribbean does entertainment better than anybody in the industry. It's not really close. They spend more money than anybody else, and they do an amazing job. On Wonder of the Seas, the Aqua Theater show is called Intense. It's 10 incredible warrior women. They're doing flips and dives. This is the deepest Aqua Theater that they've ever built. So they're jumping off, something like 10 stories all the way down, doing flips and dives. It is insane. Complimentary, you're going to absolutely love it. And then right up above the Aqua Theater, you also have the rock climbing wall. And then if you can scoot over just a tiny bit more, you're going to see those Aqua Theater. I didn't yet. You'll see the Aqua Theater suites. So those red ones, those are going to be the spacious 2-bedroom Aqua Theater suites. The gray ones are going to be the standard 2-bedroom Aqua Theater suites. And then the pink ones, as we go up, those are going to be the A3s, which are 1-bedroom Aqua Theater suites. It's important to understand those 3 are Sky Class, which means you're going to get the full suite amenities, but the 3 sets down below. So really, there's 6 2-bedrooms, there's 6 1-bedrooms. The 2-bedrooms are Star Class. That means you get the genie and all the inclusions. The 1-bedrooms are Sky Class. Now, the last bit that I'll point out on the Boardwalk is the dog house. So if you love a great brat, you want a great hot dog, all the toppings on there, that's a delicious option as well.
I will add that the retail on the Boardwalk actually has good stuff.
Okay. Well, so Taylor was saying he likes the retail on the Boardwalk here. It's where you can find bathing suits, lots of sunwear, things like that as well. All right. So as we drop down, you're going to see that you once again have a multi-story dining room. So it's going to be 3 stories there. This is a complimentary option. So they're going to have that rotational dining menu. We can talk more about that a little bit later, but this is where you can have generally breakfast on sea days, dinner every single day. And then as we start to head forward, you're going to see the immersive dining experience. That's on deck 4, where you used to find Izumi. Excited for that. Can't wait to board the train and have some deliciousness. And then as we go, if we go forward there, yeah. So next up is the Casino Royale. Now, I did want to point out, this is a smoking casino. If you look forward, you're actually going to have a non-smoking casino. This is where Jazz on 4 used to be. But I like the idea that they have a casino for those who would like to smoke. They've got the big bar. They've got the TVs. You're going to have the art gallery on one side, and then right in the middle, you have the massive Studio B. This is the ice skating rink, so you can go in and ice skate. It's a complimentary option. I'm sure they're going to have the laser tag once again, and then they put on a world-class ice skating spectacular. In fact, Royal Caribbean is one of the biggest employers of former Olympic athletes, specifically those who are ice skaters in the world. The Attic is a classic bar and comedy club. They have amazing comedians. They do an incredible job with it. I've laughed my head off quite a few times. Later in the evening, they'll have those adult-only shows. Earlier in the evening, they'll have family-friendly shows as well. And then right forward of the ship, you're going to have the Royal Theater. Now, Royal has put on incredible, spectacular shows time and time again. And what you're going to find with this is they're going to put on 2 new production shows. We don't know what they're going to be. My guess is one of them is going to be part of their Effectors franchise. So this is their own superhero concept. You know, think a la DC Comics or Marvel, where they've created their own, entire universe. And we've seen that it debuted on the Odyssey of the Seas, then on the Wonder of the Seas. So I'm expecting that they're going to have more. I think that they'll have a show on Icon as well. So this is probably the 4th, and then they'll do another show on Icon. It's going to be Wizard of Oz. We don't know what the entertainment's going to be, but once again, they spend more on entertainment. Their theaters are more dynamic, high tech, just simply, truly incredible. Down one floor is where you're going to find some escalators to get on and off the ship. Also, the conference center. We do lots of conferences at sea, big groups. Make sure you get ahead of that because those do sell out pretty early and often. All right. So I think I walked the entire ship here. I think I got everything. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to dig in and answer your questions. So I know that you guys may have some questions. Maybe you got a ton. Drop them in the comments right now. In fact, either way, tell us what you're most excited for. And now we're going to dig in. One more time before I dig into the comments. If you haven't done so already, click on the link below. Reach out. Let us know what you want to book. Guys, especially those inaugural sailings, summer of 2024, the space is going to go insanely fast. Okay.
We also have a brand new blog.
Okay. One of the things that I just would like to pitch is today we launched our brand new Har Travel blog. So it's in an infancy right now. You're just going to find some information on Utopia there, and we're going to continue to bring that along. Once again, a brand new bit in the whole Har Travel Media family there. All right, Ramala, good afternoon to you. Hello from Southern California, Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful place. Doug, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. It's good to be back here. Love your channel. Recently laid off. Would you happen to have any open positions? We are getting ready to hire again. Feel free to send over your resume, info@hartravel.com. When we're ready, we'll reach out to you. Here, say it again.
Travel experience.
What do you mean?
Anybody who has travel.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, but finding crews is getting expensive. I think that I went to the grocery store yesterday, and life is getting expensive. I mean, just in general, what we're seeing is supply and demand. And there was a big demand for a long time when there was no supply. Now there's supply. It's going to catch up. But there's plenty of ways to save money. If you don't want to spend quite as much, you probably want to avoid the biggest, newest ships out there. There's some great bargains to still be found out there as well. What would you expect to be the price on the day that the bookings? I have no idea. That's why you want to reach out. Let us grab the space. No commitment to you, but depending on what you're looking for, maybe you have a price point. Honestly, Icon was a much bigger success than even Royal Caribbean could have dreamed. Honestly, we talked to them about that over and over again. I have no clue. But because it's 3 and 4 day cruises, it's going to be significantly lower. Okay. Yeah, prices have gone up on gas, on cruises, on flights, on a lot of things. This is going to be sailing out of Port Canaveral twice a week, every week. Let's see. Hello, Deering family watching from Michigan. Would you expect Utopia to be a carbon copy of Wonder? So we just went through all of it. I'm going to say it's 95% the same. That's very similar. That's similar to what you're going to find with most classes of ships, right? It costs an enormous amount of money to design a ship from scratch. So you almost always will find some whatever's a big hit, you're going to find it again on the next class of ships there. Going on Voyager, watch our Adventure of the Seas video and have an incredible time. As far as I know, no bionic bar. And yep, the Pesky Parrot's there. Ooh, Argentina, one of our favorite countries. It's a beautiful place to visit. What is the embarkation, a disembarkation on such a large ship? Well, with new technology and facial recognition, depending on the category you book, right, they're going to have boarding times that you board. But we were in Star Class recently, and it took us 15 minutes to get out of the car and to be into our suite. So because they have the facial recognition, if you check in ahead of time, it goes really, really, really quick. Looks like an amazing ship. Not sure I'll be joining. It's only 3 and 4 day nights cruising. Too far for me to travel from California. But once again, guys, take the 3-day, add the 4-day, back to back. Now you get 2 stops at CocoCay and 7 incredible days to visit the ship. Phoenix, we will be there. I will be rocking out with you, Mr. Doug. Woo! All right. They have it down to a science. It really goes really smoothly, especially if everyone uses the app. Agreed, Doug? Absolutely, positively. This is the one that Taylor was talking about, hardtravelblog.com. This is going to be our brand new blog that we're launching today. Check it out. We'd love for you to stop by. Taking the Oasis Transatlantic. Tempted to follow up with Utopia. How easy is it to get from Fort Lauderdale to Port Canaveral on public transport? Well, the good news for you is if you're open to the Brightline train now, it's pretty easy. Though the Brightline is going to get you to the airport, and it's a little bit further away. So, public transport may be tough. But we can put together a transfer. You can also rent a car, and it's not that expensive. So lots of ways to get between the ports there. Excited to sail on this ship. Already emailing Chris to see if we can get on the inaugural. Jill, we'll do our very best to grab that for you. Hello from Niagara Falls. I love watching and learning from all your videos. I never did a back-to-back. Will they combine the down paid on one deposit or 2 separate charges? So it'll actually be two separate charges, but it's less than a 7-day cruise. Because on a shorter cruise, it's $100 per person deposit. A 7-day cruise is going to be a $250 per person deposit. So you can actually secure the back-to-back for $200 per person. So it's actually a lower deposit than the 7-day cruise. And just for fun, Taylor and I were in Niagara Falls a couple weeks ago on the beautiful Viking Polaris, another ship that will be coming to our channel shortly. Is there anything that stands out on Utopia compared to its Oasis class sister ships? The new Solarium suite I think is going to be awesome. Of course, the brand new entertainment concepts, the pesky Parrot. It's going to be very similar, right? But to me, Wonder of the Seas was a home run. They hit it out of the park. And so what they've done is they've taken all of those wonderful things there. Yep, and there's a video and a blog post specifically on the new items there. Once again, Brightline, just like I was talking about there. MSC is still cheap because they're fighting for getting bodies on ships to get more Americans on board. That's an option. Be aware that they cater to Europeans. Right now, we're not selling MSC. We may at some point in the future, but that's the feedback we get ourselves is pretty mixed feedback. But once again, there's a perfect cruise option for everyone. Long time no chat. Utopia is looking like another awesome ship. Leo Carlson to Anaheim. There we go. Absolutely. Do you anticipate Royal adding another popular ship to Galveston? Seems we always get that. Well, the Harmony of the Seas is an insanely wonderful ship. In fact, technically right now, she's the 2nd oldest Oasis class ship. To me, I think you guys are getting a world-class option with Harmony. Glad to catch the live stream. Awesome to see a new Oasis class ship sailing 3 and 4 and 8, especially close to home. Yeah, you can hop in the car and be there in just a few minutes. I have a 3-night on Allure in Star Class out of Port Canaveral in November booked to you. Thinking another one next year on Utopia. Sold, Greg. And I know a guy. All right. What would be the difference between 3 and 4 night itineraries? Which day would be the extra day at sea? Honestly, we haven't seen the itineraries yet. So we'll share that with you the moment that we do. My guess is that both are going to do Nassau. So you're probably going to get an extra sea day on the 4-day. I honestly don't know. I think it just depends on how it lines up. It might be sea day, or Nassau, sea day, perfect day. I honestly have no good guess on there. Is the Star Class significantly more expensive than Sky Class? Generally, yes. Unlimited specialty dining, unlimited beverage. On a 7-day cruise, you'd probably pay $600 to $700 per person for all of that anyways. But once again, we're going to have to see the prices because it's not launched yet. What about another ship out of LA or San Diego? Been on Navigator and liked it, but would like more options? Keep booking it, guys. If we can sell out the Navigator and prove that we can support an Oasis Class ship, Royals told me that they would love to put an Oasis Class ship out here on the West Coast. They just have to be able to get the right premium for it and sell it out. What I got to say is over the summer right now, Navigator is selling insanely well. So fingers crossed, because keep in mind, what Royal Caribbean's doing here is insane, guys. Once again, keep those comments coming. Let us know what you're most excited about and your questions. But here's this insane concept. From the end of January of 2024 through July of 2024, Royal Caribbean is launching 2 ships. They're essentially launching 19,000 berths to sell every single week, because you're going to get 2 sailings. So that's about 6,500 times 2. You're talking about 13,000 that will be sold on the Utopia every single week between the 2 sailings, and about 6,000 or so to 7,000 that will be sold on Icon. This is the equivalent of 6 years of launching for Norwegian. It's the equivalent of 3.5 years of launches for Carnival Corporation or for Carnival Cruise Line. This is nuts that they're launching 2 ships within 6 months. So they've got to fill them. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up more destinations, because this is going to be Icon 1. That means that you're going to have 6 Oasis Class, 1 Icon Class. They've already ordered Icon 2, Icon 3. So pretty soon you're going to have 9 mega ships. They're going to have to fill them up. I'd love to see one head down under at one point, Australia, New Zealand. I'd love to see one head out to the West Coast. Seems like they're supporting them just fine up in the Northeast. Once again, you book it, we'll sell it. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Just hold on one second, guys. We're putting the camera back on. If you guys have any questions, any comments, keep the questions and comments coming, and I'll go ahead and answer those for you down below. But one other thing that I just wanted to talk about briefly is Port Canaveral. So I really think it's genius to have these 3- and 4-day cruises out of Port Canaveral. That's what they're doing with the Allure of the Seas as well. But it's perfect because you can line it up with 3 or 4 days at Universal. You can line it up with 3 or 4 days at Walt Disney World, where you can enjoy the parks there. So Port Canaveral, actually, believe it or not, replaced Miami recently as the busiest port in the world. Our guests love Port Canaveral. I do wish it was a little bit closer to the airport. That's one thing that I love about Miami. But once again, you can combine it with a great vacation on the Space Coast. You can combine it with all the parks, whether it's SeaWorld, Universal, or Disney. Okay. Any new Royal Caribbean ships in line to be retired with the new launches? As of right now, no. I mean, the next ones that would retire would probably be the Vision Class, but they're selling really well and they're getting a pretty good premium for it. So as long as they can fill those up, I don't see them selling it anytime soon. I thought the Nassau Beach Club won't be open until end of 24. No, it doesn't look like it will be open until the end of 2024. But my guess is they're going to launch a year's worth of sailings, maybe more. My hope is that they launch all the way through summer 2025. But my guess is that they're probably going to launch through April of 25, because that's what they have out right now. All right, guys. Well, it looks like I've gotten to all of your questions here today. One huge thing that you can do for us really quick is hit that like button. It means the world to us. It's going to share this with others. If you're interested in booking Utopia, right down below, hit the link there. We're ready to book right now. Well, we're not quite ready. We're ready to take your information right now so we can jump in and start booking the moment that it is ready. We believe it's going to launch in the next day or two. Get us the information. Let your advisor know what you're looking to book. We'll grab that space as soon as it comes out. We're going to be back for more of our live streams. It was great seeing you guys today. Like I said, we've been on the road for about 8 weeks. So we're happy to be back here, happy to be home, also happy to be live, and even more so for the launch of this incredible ship. So for now, I'll say ciao. We'll see you guys on board, or we'll see you on our next live stream.